fun begins.
How's it going?
Hello.
Well,
Greetings, young Jedi.
hello there.
Hey everyone, Hybrid Toy Reviews here, and today we are taking a look at the Star Wars The Black Series, Jedi Master Vernestra Rwoh from The Acolyte. I love The Acolyte. I loved it while it was airing. I've loved it since it's been done, and I wish we were getting a second season. I think we all know better than that at this point, unfortunately. But Vernestra Rwoh was a very interesting character in the show. Definitely is doing some shady stuff and has a questionable backstory, which would have been the plot of Season 2 if y'all hadn't decided that you hated it before it even aired and review bombed it all to hell. So, thank you, Star Wars fans. I didn't expect anything better. And for those that liked the show, unfortunately, we're stuck in limbo on it forever. Maybe, hopefully, we get a comic book or something to tell us what happened. So, anyway, without further ado, let's get into the review and see what's going on with Black Series Vernestra Rwoh. Here's Jedi Master Vernestra Rwoh in the package. As you know, we start with that first. So, there is a ginormous window showing her and her accessory off nicely. A little bit of a background going on there with the Jedi conference room. That's cool. Black Series logo up top. Number 8 in the Acolyte line, Jedi Master Vernestra Rwoh. Star Wars The Acolyte in red across the front, warning 4+ Hasbro. This side of the box features a really cool artwork of her and her name at the bottom. This side of the box features your wraparound window, wraparound stripe, and your Black Series logo at the bottom. Around back, you have a Black Series logo, the photo of her again, a bio about the character, number 8 in the line once more. Bunch of legal stuff, Disney, Hasbro, barcode, more legal stuff, and a hanger tab up top. Very, very standard action figure box things. Nothing to write home about here. Let's open her up and see what we're getting here. Here's Vernestra out of the packaging. As always, we're going to start by taking a look at her accessory. She comes with her lightsaber. Now, I'm slightly bummed on this. It comes with a single-bladed lightsaber, which I suppose fits some of her appearances outside of the Acolyte, because she wasn't written for the Acolyte. She's actually from some of the High Republic books. But in the Acolyte, we only see her use this as a light whip. She only lights it the one time. Apparently, it has both modes, and they've given us the off-screen mode. I think it would have been cool to have a secondary swappable blade that, even if it was like the Indiana Jones Adventure series, just a pre-sculpted, I think there would have been a cool pose to have with that, and I honestly would have rather had the light whip than just the standard blade. However, a Jedi with a lightsaber is never a bad look. I like the shade of purple. It's very dark, but also translucent. It works very well for a purple lightsaber. The hilt is very nice. It's a dark silver with that gold band around the upper handle. Features the peg and the removable blade. The peg hooks onto the belt like so, and she has ample weapon storage. Also, what you could consider an accessory is her Jedi robe. It is a brown soft goods robe. It's a sleeveless robe, and it actually lays very nice. It lays around the head very well. It does conceal it nicely. Just fudge it a little bit, just so it lines up nice. And yeah, it lays good. It also comes off rather easily just down the arms, which is how we will have it for the duration of the review, and just to give you a easier look at the figure. But yeah, it is a very nice soft goods robe, something that they did on the Acolyte wave as well. A lot of really good soft goods wave, or a lot of soft goods for this wave, or for this series. I don't think we actually spend a lot of time with Vernestra with her robe off. It's kind of a unique look, but we're going to run through it anyway. Taking a look at the likeness, I don't really know the actress's name. I don't know her from anything else, but when I remember Vernestra from the show, this does pretty faithfully capture what I remember. She has a very nice, kind of like dark, like pistachio green, sort of for the skin tone. I think that it looks really, really good. She is a Mirrorlin, like Master Luminara and Barriss Offee, so maybe Luminara will be a somewhat similar shade later this year when her figure comes out. But yeah, I think it looks good. She has kind of like the dark purple, for the deco for her head tattoos. They are applied very cleanly. Otherwise, I don't want to say her robe is boring, right? It's not boring in that it's not a normal Jedi robe, and therefore that makes it interesting, but it's a very simple, which is keeping in the tune of the Jedi, robe where it is a gown, a little bit of silver going on around the collar there. It apparently wraps like some sort of like cloak or robe. And then she has kind of like the billowy upper sleeves and then the wrapped forearms coming out. Or maybe those aren't wraps. Those might just be just a tight but wrinkly fabric on the sleeve. It's an interesting costume, and I like the look of it. It's got some nice, little gold on the belt buckle, very, very easily standing out with that. Otherwise, yeah, it's kind of just your standard run-of-the-mill, just white gown. It has a nice texture to it. I mean, you see the light catching it, like, nothing really to talk about, it's just a white gown. Something to talk about is there is some reuse going on the legs. These are reused legs from Dark Ray and Ventress. They're the wrapped legs. Nothing wrong with that. They're very much the modern standard, but not new sculpts. And for something like this that is a bit of a traffic cone, it doesn't have to be new, I'll say. So yeah, I guess just looking at the figure, like, it's kind of bland, but that's the character. It represents what was seen on the screen very well. To run through some articulation, she features a double ball system neck, which allows her to look that far up, that far down, side to side, and you get some pretty good pivot on the head. Her arms come up to a T-pose, where there is a deep butterfly joint, 360-degree rotation at the shoulder with single-jointed elbows that go a little past 90, and then actually swivel, and it seems like there's a bicep swivel in there. You see how it's swiveling at the elbow, but also higher? Like, that's interesting. 360 on the wrist, with both of them hinging up and down, my favorite way for lightsaber wielders to articulate at the wrist. Mid-torso ball joint allows her to crunch that far forward, that far back, get some side to side, and some pivot in there. The legs, like I said, a little older, still very good. They can go that far out and then kick that far forward, and actually the skirt doesn't get in the way. So yeah, that's actually not as traffic cone as you would think. Not much back. There's an upper thigh cut. Single jointed knees can go past 90, swivel at the knee, and then the feet can point basically straight down, a little bit forward, and there's a forward-facing pin for rocker, letting you get her in some decently wide stances with both feet flat on the ground, and you do have slits on both sides of the skirt, which would allow the legs to come out, but it's basically, an ankle-length gown, so it's like, once you start to spread the feet out in a pose, you start to just lay on the gown. So, just is what it is. It is the style. So, to do some comparisons, I actually just have the entire Acolyte wave ready to go here. I honestly think the Acolyte wave was nothing but bangers. It was a very hard wave to rank when it came out, and they are all awesome characters, and I think the show is awesome. I just don't really have any gripes to be had, so I'm happy to pick up anything from the show. I guess the one thing is I'm probably passing on Basil, at least till I find him on a clearance, just because the character was kind of minimal in it, not gonna lie. He was more of a plot device, so I just don't feel any urgency to get that figure. But she looks so cool, just in this whole crowd. I can't wait to get this shelf going when I finish rearranging the display. So at the end of the day, what do I think of the Black Series Vernestra Rwoh? Honestly, I think she's a great figure. Look, underneath the cloak, yeah, the costume's a little boring. It just matches what's in the show. But she's an interesting character in the show, and one that I was super amped to add to the collection when they announced her. I hope that we get a few more Acolyte figures. I know that we have Kelnaka coming. He was always going to come, let's be fair. I mean, he was so heavy in the promotional material. They had him approved before they canceled the show, before it aired, because you guys review bombed it. But I don't know. I mean, I think we need the Stranger. I think there's more that we need, in the show. It'd be cool if we got to play if we'd have seen Season 2, we probably would have seen what he looked like and had much higher odds of getting that figure, but you know how it goes. You have to say it's bad before it airs if it's Disney Star Wars. And they listen this time, unfortunately, so thanks, guys. But honestly, great figure, interesting character. Wish we'd gotten more with her. We should have, but it is what it is. I think that this represents the character well, and I'm super happy to add it to my shelf. If you're not an Acolyte hater, I think you'll probably enjoy adding it to your shelf too, so that's it. Thanks for watching. It means a lot that you did. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, subscribe, all the end of video stuff. I'll catch you next time. Until then, may the Force be with each and every one of you, and goodbye.